your shoulders like a storm that never blows over. Dial a number for a friendly ear. Jay's the power to chase your fear. Lost in shadows, feeling so alone. Pick up the phone, you're not on your own. Words of kindness heal a broken heart. Jay's the one to give you a fresh start. Jay's just a call away when you're feeling low. A friend who listens when you've got nowhere to go. Through the highs and lows, she'll stay. Dial that number, Jay's just a call away.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jay and this is Jay Listens. This is I think the fourth or fifth video that I've uploaded, and basically this is a motivational and inspirational channel for those who are going through emotional problems out there. It could be whatever, if you're hurting out there, if you're feeling hopeless, if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling alone, and you're just looking for a community that can support you, provide emotional support, motivate you, encourage you, inspire you, you've come to the right place. This is exactly what this channel is for. So I just want to say welcome. It's so nice to have you on. If you haven't watched my other videos yet, I encourage you to go because they're so amazing. And we've covered a lot of interesting topics so far, from dealing with specific situations to how to cope with depression to, talking about breakups, how to heal during a breakup, and just, different things. So you can go back and, watch those other videos so that you can catch up to how far we've come so far. So again, I'm Jay. I provide compassionate and empathetic listening services to those who need somebody to talk to. Whatever it is you're going through, you can talk to me about it, whether relationship problems, personal problems, whether you need advice on career or personal development, whether, just whatever, whether you're lonely, you're feeling sad and you just need some inspiration, call me. Talk to me. Let's talk about it because you do deserve to be heard. So my number is +1 862 373 8625, or if you're outside of the US, you can call me on WhatsApp +1 862 373 8625. Call me and let's talk. You don't need any appointment. Just hit me up on my phone and I promise that I will get back to you if I miss your call, or you feel free to text me also. And you can also text this number if, when we're talking about topics that you want me to read your comments during the next video. You can also do that and I will read your comments. Or if you have a specific situation that you need me to address, you can text it to my number and we can, do a video about it and help you to address that. Okay, so guys, what are we talking about today? It's something that actually Alicia from New Jersey texted during the last video that we uploaded. She wanted to know how to stay positive during, in the midst of social media, how to, protect her mind basically from all of the suggestions on social media. So I thought that would be great to just do a specific video on that, because we all use social media, guys. In one form or the other, social media has grown to be a very big part of our lives. Whether we like it or not, we're basically attached to the hip with social media in one form or the other. So even if you're not directly using social media, it is in some way affecting, impacting, or influencing you, whether you're on a social media platform or not. In some way, in somehow, it's influencing you. And with the rise of AI and everything now, social media and technology is basically the future. So even if you do not want to be a part of it, you can't totally escape it. It's going to affect your life in some way, whether you voluntarily, accept it, or involuntarily, it's going to impact you. So I just thought we could take a moment and talk about it in this video. And of course, we can make more videos about social media as we go on, and about all of the other topics we've talked about. And ask yourself, how do I feel about social media? That's something we don't really think about. For those of us who are on it, we just kind of sign on to the newest one that drops in our app store, but, just take a moment right now. We're doing self-reflection, internalization, and just think, how do I feel about social media? How is it benefiting me? Or what am I getting out of social media? Or are there negatives? Just take stock right now of social media in your life. How has it influenced you over the years? What are you getting out of it? Or what do you want out of social media? What do you hope to get out of it? So take that stock first of all. Why are we taking that stock? So we can know the appreciation of social media or the depreciation of social media in our lives. Okay? Like I always tell people, so you might ask yourself, is social media a good or bad thing, based on how it's influencing or impacting my life? I always tell people, like for any situation, and social media is no different, you have the power to decide how any situation is going to impact you. You have the power to carve any situation the way you want it. You have the power to take the good out of a situation and release the bad. Okay, so how social media will work for you depends on you. Depends on how you see it, depends on what you want from out of it, and all of that. So for those out there who are having a negative reaction from social media, I want to let you know that nothing can be projected on you if you do not accept it. There are lots of projections and suggestions everywhere around us. Every day, every second, these projections and suggestions are being released in our environments by people, by, our external sources. It's up to us whether we take these suggestions and projections or not. That's the first thing you have to understand. So if you're on social media and you realize that you're getting all of these suggestions, whether personal ones, non-personal ones, you have the power to take or reject. So you have to realize that, yes, you do have the power to accept or reject. You do not have to accept. You can always choose to reject. So for example, if you're maybe on a platform and you make comments and all the time people are getting under your comments and making negative comments about you or about what you write or about your beliefs and suggestions and thoughts, and you realize that it's starting to affect you and impact you and you don't like it, guess what? You don't have to accept those comments. You don't have to take them and project them onto yourself. All right? Because whatsoever people project out there, whatsoever they suggest out there is on them. It's not on you. It only becomes on you if you accept it and take it and make it your reality. So there will be people that will always be projecting and suggesting on social media, but you don't have to accept it. You can always reject it. And like I said in the last video, if you find yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in, you have the power to change that situation or to shut it down. You can shut things down, trust me. You don't have to remain where you don't want to be. So if you have a social media and it's negatively impacting you, guess what? You can remove yourself from that situation. You don't have to be there. You don't have to. And you don't owe it to anybody to explain anything. It's your choice if you want to, but you can get out of a situation at any time. You don't owe anybody any explanation. It's you. You're doing what's best for you. Okay? So think about it. You don't have to be where you don't want to be. You don't have to be on any social media platform that's negatively harming you or impacting you. So that's the first step. All right? The first step is, again, let me just summarize. There will be a lot of projection and suggestions out there on social media or in any situation you may be in. But we have the power to accept or reject these projections and suggestions that other people around us throw at us daily. You don't have to accept certain things. You can take or you can reject. It's your choice what you take in, and it's your choice what you reject and push out. But what's not healthy is just accepting everything that's thrown at you. And do you know the danger of accepting everything that's thrown at you? The danger is that you take these projections and over time they will become your reality. For example, if you go on social media and people are commenting, oh, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're ugly, and you decide to accept those projections of others, over time, you will start to believe those suggestions, and they will become your reality. So when you go out there, you start to think to yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, I'm ugly. It becomes your reality because you have taken those projections and you've internalized them. So my first comment to you would be, you do not have to accept everything that's on social media. Social media is not law and gospel. There are humans behind those keyboards and behind those laptops and smartphones. There are humans. There are flawed humans, guys. There are humans just like you and me. They're flawed. They make mistakes. They have their own problems too that they choose and they know how to hide. They're not perfect. So if you're out there and there's somebody harassing you on social media or projecting negative things about you, you don't have to remain in that situation. It could be as simple as closing that account down and opening another one. Or you could remove yourself totally from that platform. You don't have to remain there and accept it. What you accept and what you reject is on you. You have the power to do that, to accept or reject whatsoever is thrown at you. So always remember, guys, you can get yourself out of a situation if you don't want to be in it. You don't have to stay and suffer. And in the last video, we talked about not punishing yourself, that you should be careful to not punish yourself. So if you're in a situation that's bad for you, basically what you're doing is you're punishing yourself without even knowing it. You've enslaved yourself basically, and you're a prisoner of your own mind. So if you want to free yourself, then you have to choose situations that work for you. Let me tell you a secret, guys. Everything in your life should be bringing you some sort of value. Think about it. Everything that you have in your life should bring you some value. That's why you have it in your life. Who wants to have something in their life that has no value or that's not bringing them any value? Would you have your cell phone if it didn't have any value to you? Would you be watching this video if it didn't have any value to you? Would you be subscribed to this channel if it didn't have any value to you? Would you be living where you are right now if it didn't have any value to you? Would you be with the person you're with right now, if you are with anybody, if it didn't have any value to you? Would you be at your current job if it didn't have any value to you? So think about it. Everything in your life should have some value to you. If there is anything in your life that has no value to you, that's not contributing in any way to you, to who you are as a person, that thing is just occupying space in your life, basically. It's occupying unnecessary space. Again, guys, my words are not Bible, so pick what you want to take it, but don't run with everything, all right? Take what works for your situation, but think about it. Everything that you have in your life should bring you some sort of value. Because you won't do something if it didn't have value to you. Would you go to work if there was no value to you? Would you pick certain hobbies if you weren't getting some value or benefit out of it? So think about it with social media. Would you be on a platform if it wasn't bringing you any value? So if you're on a social media platform and you're not getting any value from it, and instead you're getting negative reactions that are impacting you negatively, why are you still there? Why are you still in a situation that's impacting you negatively? Because everything in your life should bring you some value. Always think about this going forward. Everything in your life should bring you some value. That's why you have it. That's what you do. Would you go to the supermarket if it didn't bring you any value? Would you go to school if you weren't getting any value? So think about it. You don't have to remain in a situation if it's not bringing you any value. If you're not happy in a situation, you don't have to remain there. So if you're on a social media platform and you realize that it's negatively impacting you, try to find ways to mitigate the situation or get rid of it totally. You could cut it loose. You could leave that platform. You could create another account, shut the old one down. You could block people who are, negatively impacting your mental health. You can block them out of your life. You don't have to keep anything in your life that you don't want to. It's your choice. You don't have to keep anything in your life that you don't want to. It's your choice. You're not forced to do it. And nobody should force you to do it. So you don't have to feel obligated to anybody, basically. So if you have any negative, toxic person on social media that's giving you a hard time, you need to think really long and hard. Is it worth the suffering? What can I do to, get out of this situation? Is it talking it out with the person? Or is it just leaving that situation totally? Look, it's up to you guys, because what could work for you may not work for somebody else. So again, when I talk to people, because I'm a compassionate listener, like I said, I do talk to people. So if you're going through anything, you can call me, let's talk. But when I do talk to people, I tell them, look, what I may tell you, I may not tell the other person. If you two have the same situation, it's based on you. Because you and somebody who have the exact same situation, but it doesn't mean that their method will work for you, because you are your own unique person. So you have to take what works for you and apply it to your situation. Okay? And only you know you best. And I said it in another video, one of my earlier videos, that you have to get to the point where you know yourself. Know thyself. Okay? Know thyself. You have to know yourself, because the more you know yourself, you'll know what works for you and what doesn't. Okay? But if you don't know yourself, anybody can define you and you will take it, because you don't have a definition for yourself. And if you don't have a definition for yourself, if you don't define who you are, others are going to define who you are for you. So if you're out there and you're on social media and you don't know who you are, and others suggest who you are for you, and if those suggestions are wrong, you're still going to take them and project them upon yourself, because you don't have a definition for your own self. If you don't have a definition for yourself, you're going to take whatever is thrown at you and make that your definition. And over time, you'll start to believe those things. All right. And it applies also to people who go on social media and see other people living their lives and get depressed from that. For example, you go on social media and see this person has this car and you don't have it, so you get depressed because you've taken that person's reality and projected it upon yourself. And it's clashing with who you are, so it leads to depression. So try not to project others upon you. Know who you are. You're on your own path. Stay on it. You're not competing with anybody else. You are who you are. Just stay on your path. You can take the good from other people's situations and make it work for you. But what you do not want to do is take projections and project it upon yourself when it's not who you are. There will be a conflict, and whenever the mind is in conflict, it leads to confusion and depression. Okay? So think about it. Social media will work for you based on how you see it, what you take away from it. You can choose to take the good out of social media, and you can choose to release the bad. You do not have to take the bad with the good. So if you're on any platform and you realize that it's negatively impacting you, you can take a step back. Or you can cut it off totally, or you can change your situation. Look, there are many ways to solve the problem, but what you should not do is to not do anything and just be there and continue to get worse. You know, because remember what I said, whatever you give energy to, it will grow. So you can choose to give it energy, or you can choose not to give a situation energy. It's your choice, it's your decision. You have the power to carve your own choices and decision and path in life. You have the power to decide which social media platform you're going to be on. You have the power to decide how it's going to work, how that social media platform is going to work for you. Look, life is what you take out of it. The same thing for social media. There are people who are, getting a lot out of social media, whether knowledge, wealth, friendship, personal growth, or just leisure, And there are others who are getting other things out of it. Depression, sadness, hopelessness, self-anger. So you get to choose which side of the coin you want to be on. And you have the power to create your own reality. You do not have to take others' perception and projections. You can choose to accept or reject projections that are thrown at you from others. Okay? So it's your choice whether to see the good in a situation or to see the bad. And yes, you do have the power to change any situation around. So right now, if you're on social media and it's not working for you and you don't know what to do, my advice is to take a step back. There are several ways you can approach a situation. The very first is sometimes to take a break from the entire situation. Remove yourself totally from it for a while so that you can see things a little bit clearly. Whatever you do, do not remain in a very horrible situation for too long. Sometimes you can take a step back, okay? The second thing you want to do is look at your options. Look at your options. What would it take to help your situation be better? Will it be changing to another social media platform? Will it be starting over on that same platform? Will it be shutting the bad people out who are harassing you, blocking them? Look at your options and take the best ones. Take the best options out of the bunch. And another thing you want to do is do not take the projections of others and place it upon yourself. And the only way to do that is to define who you are. Because if you do not define who you are, others are going to define you for you. So if you do not define who you are and you go on social media and others start to tell you that you're not good enough, that there's something wrong with you, that you're stupid, or, you know, you're this, you're that, you will start to believe those projections. They're not reality, they're just others' projection. But if you don't define who you are, if you don't know who you are, you're going to take those projections and place them upon yourself. And they become your reality, they become your limitations. And eventually they become the reason that you'll be a prisoner of your own mind. So be careful how you take others' projection. You have the power to accept or reject, okay? You do not have to accept everything that's thrown at you. It goes the same thing for those who reach out to others to seek advice. There are some who they do not know how to make any decision on their own. They always have to seek an advice to get somebody else's opinion. Don't get me wrong, that is not a bad thing. It's good to seek counsel, especially when you're faced with a situation where you don't know what to do. Maybe you're thinking to approach the situation from different points and you need guidance as to which point is the best one. That is good. It's good to seek advice. It's good to seek counsel. But I always tell people who talk to me, who come to me, I tell them that when you're coming to me or to anybody else for advice, you want to have a starting point yourself. Because if you don't have any at all, whatever is thrown at you, you will take it and run with it. And sometimes that may not be a good thing. But if you have a starting point and you get an advice, then you will know whether to accept that advice or reject that advice. But if you don't have any starting point at all, you don't have a definitive standpoint for yourself, you will just basically take whatever is thrown at you. So basically, others will be living your life for you. So if you don't know what to do, and somebody tells you, do A, you're going to do A. And if you go to another person, and you don't know where, and somebody said, well, do B instead of A, you're going to do B instead of A. And if another person says, do C, you go do C. So basically, you're just going to lean where the wind blows, because any road can take you anywhere because you don't know where you want to go. So any road would just take you anywhere. So that's why I say you have to define who you are, and you have to have a stand when you're going on social media or seeking advice or anything. You have to have a stand. Otherwise, people will live your life for you. They're going to project things upon you. And if you're not careful, you don't have a stand for yourself. You will just take whatever is thrown at you. And you're going to make that your reality over time. And the danger of that is, if you take a projection and make it a reality, sometimes it's hard to reverse the course. It takes a while. It takes a while. So be very careful the kind of projections that you take in from others around you, because projections become our reality over time. How you see yourself is how you're going to project yourself out there. And how others see you, they're going to project it upon you. But you have the power to accept the projection of how others see you or reject those projections. You don't have to take them in. So remember, guys, that's why I said it's all in the mind. All of this that I'm talking about is a mindset problem. If you're out there and you think that there is something wrong with you, I'm here to tell you that there is nothing wrong with you. It's all in the mind. It's just a mindset problem. Okay? If you call me, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to get out of this mindset. It's a mindset problem, guys. If you're out there and think that you're stuck in life, that there's something wrong with you, and others are moving on and you're not, and there's something wrong with you, there is nothing wrong with you. You are perfectly fine. You are okay. Or if you're out there and you're in a situation and you can't see your way out and you're hopeless and lost and think you're going to remain there forever, I want to tell you that it's your choice. You can change that situation around. I don't care how long it takes. You can change that situation around. Again, it's a mindset problem. And yes, you can change your mindset. And once you change your mindset, you can change the direction of your life. It's possible. Others have done it. So can you. They're not better than you. They're not smarter than you. But somewhere along the way, you've taken the projection of others and placed them upon yourself. So you start to believe that you're limited in some ways. And these people have something that you don't. Maybe what they have, maybe money, I don't know. But there is nothing wrong with you. You're okay as you are. Do not put other projections upon yourself. Okay? So if you're on social media, remember guys, social media is what you make of it. You can choose to take the good and let out the bad. You don't have to take the bad. But you have to define who you are before you get on social media, or else others are going to define who you are for you if you don't know. So guys, thank you for watching this video about social media. If you're out there, you're on social media, if you're going through whatever, I advise you take a step back, change your course of direction. You do not have to stay where you don't want to be. You have the power to change your direction. If you need help in doing that, call me up. Let's talk about it. I'm Jay and I listen. My number is 862-373-8625. Feel free to reach out to me by call or WhatsApp. Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Remember to comment and share. And if you have any topic you need me to cover, just text me and I will cover in the next video. Or if you have comments that you want me to read out, while I'm doing the video, just shoot me a text message and I will definitely do that. So until the next video, stay inspired, stay healthy, and take care of yourself.
Go through the highs and lows, she'll stay. Dial that number, Jay's just a call.